Is Jan Yaman's star fading or ready to shine again? A prime gossip. Exclusive? What happens when a star burns too brightly only to flicker in the shadows of their own dreams? Can a man who once captivated millions with his charm and talent find himself lost in a maze of bad choices and toxic ties? And most importantly, can he rise from the ashes of his own story? Welcome to Prime Gossip, where we dive deep into the whirlwind life of Jan Yaman, a Turkish icon whose journey from triumph to turmoil has left fans breathless and begging for answers. The rise of a Turkish titan. Once upon a time, Jan Yaman was the golden boy of Turkish cinema. Charismatic, disciplined, and undeniably talented, he commanded every role with a fire that set screens ablaze. From heartthrob leads to complex characters, he had it all. A devoted fan base, critical acclaim, and a reputation for humility that made him a national treasure. But then he set his sights on a bigger stage, Europe. It was a bold move, one that promised global stardom, red carpets, and a legacy that would echo far beyond Turkey's borders. Projects like Sandokan and El Toro were supposed to be his ticket to international glory. The world was watching, whispering, "Here comes Turkey's brightest star." Magazine covers, exclusive interviews, and glamorous events painted a picture of a man on the cusp of greatness. But behind the flashing cameras and polished smiles, something was unraveling. Was Jan's European adventure the dream he'd envisioned? Or had it become a gilded cage? A dream turns to dust? Moving to Europe wasn't just a career shift. It was a leap into the unknown. Leaving behind a rock-solid fan base, deep-rooted connections, and a thriving career in Turkey took courage. But courage alone couldn't shield Jan from the storm brewing on the horizon. In Europe, the glitz and glamour masked a harsher reality. Shallow friendships, clashing interests, and a creeping sense of isolation. The man who once thrived in the warmth of his homeland found himself adrift in a sea of unfamiliar faces. At the heart of this storm was one name. A name that's become synonymous with Jan's unraveling. Sara. She entered his life like a whirlwind, promising excitement, but leaving chaos in her wake. Known for her love of luxury and hunger for the spotlight, Sara was everything Jan wasn't. Where he built his empire on hard work and authenticity, she thrived on attention and power plays. Their worlds collided and the fallout was catastrophic. Jan, once the epitome of professionalism, began making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Scandals, rumors, tense public appearances. Even his signature smile seemed forced, a shadow of the warmth that once defined him. Maxwell Gossip has heard the whispers. Sara's influence chipped away at Jan's core, straining his ties with family, alienating lifelong friends, and even threatening his connection to Turkey itself. It's as if an invisible wall rose around him, shutting out everyone who truly cared. The cost of a toxic bond. So, what changed? How did a man known for his discipline and charm fall so far? The answer lies in the subtle but devastating effect of a single relationship. Sara's presence didn't just alter Jan's decisions. It reshaped his entire world. His once tight-knit family grew distant. Friends who'd stood by him through thick and thin were pushed to the sidelines. Even his connection to Turkey, the heart of his identity, began to fray. Max style gossip has dug into Sara's past, and the picture isn't pretty. Reports paint her as someone who revels in the high life, always chasing the next big moment in the spotlight. Jan, on the other hand, earned his place through sweat, grit, and genuine talent. Their differences weren't just a clash of personalities. They were a recipe for disaster. Under her influence, Jan's spark dimmed, replaced by a man grappling with loneliness and self-doubt. Where is his family in all this? The people who've loved him unconditionally, who've cheered his every triumph? Where are they now? Are they watching from afar, helpless as their beloved Jan spirals? Or are they waiting, ready to pull him back from the edge? One thing is clear. Jan needs their warmth now more than ever. He needs the anchor of those who know him best to remind him who he truly is. A call to come home. Europe may have promised Jan the world, but it's taken more than it gave. The continent that was supposed to be his gateway to greatness has become a labyrinth of empty promises. Max-style gossip believes it's time for Jan to come home to Turkey, where his heart and his legacy still burn bright. Turkey isn't just a place for January. It's a lifeline. Here, millions still adore him, ready to cheer him on as he steps back into the spotlight. The Turkish film and television industry is a powerhouse, brimming with opportunities for a talent like January. Whether it's a sweeping romance, a gritty drama, or a larger than life action role, he has the range to dominate any genre. His fans know it, his peers know it, and deep down Jan knows it, too. Returning to Turkey wouldn't just be a career move. It would be a homecoming for his soul. In Istanbul's bustling streets and Ankar's vibrant scenes, Jan could rediscover the fire that made him a star. He could rebuild the bridges he's burned, reconnect with the family and friends who've never stopped believing in him, and reclaim the peace he's lost. The power of starting over. Some might see stepping back from Europe as a defeat, but mag-style gossip sees it differently. It's not retreat, it's rebirth. True strength lies in knowing when to walk away, when to choose yourself over a dream that's turned sour. Jan's journey doesn't have to end in Europe's cold embrace. By returning to Turkey, he could write a new chapter. One filled with redemption, resilience, and raw talent. Humility is Jan's secret weapon. The world loves a comeback story, and Jan's could be legendary. Picture this, a triumphant return to Turkish screens, a role that reminds everyone why they fell in love with him in the first place. The applause, the adoration, the chance to inspire a new generation. It's all waiting for him. All he needs is the courage to let go of what's holding him back. Breaking free from the past. And that brings us to the heart of the matter. Sara, if Jan is to rise again, he must first break free from the anchor dragging him down. This isn't just about ending a relationship. It's about reclaiming his life. Sara's influence has cast a long shadow, dimming his light and clouding his judgment. Saying goodbye isn't just a step. It's the leap that could set him free. Imagine Jan without that weight. Picture him surrounded by the friends who've known him forever. The family who'd move mountains for him. The fans who'd line up just to catch a glimpse of his smile. That's the life waiting for him. A life of connection, purpose, and peace. But it starts with one bold decision to walk away from the chaos and toward the light. A new chapter awaits. Back in Turkey, the possibilities are endless. Jan's talent knows no bounds. He can slip into any role, from a brooding romantic to a fierce hero. The Turkish entertainment industry is evolving, with streaming platforms, blockbuster films, and even theater ready to welcome him with open arms. All he needs is to rediscover the discipline and passion that made him a star. Mag-style gossip envisions a future where Jan rebuilds not just his career but his spirit. New projects could showcase his versatility, reminding the world of his unmatched charisma. Collaborations with trusted directors, writers, and actors could reignite the spark that's been dimmed for too long. And with every step, he'd be proving that his story isn't over. It's just beginning. The road to redemption. Jan Yaman is more than an actor. He's a symbol of what it means to chase dreams, stumble, and rise again. His journey has been a roller coaster. From the heights of Turkish stardom to the lows of European struggles. But the beauty of a story like Jan's is that it's never too late to rewrite the ending. Turkey is calling. His fans are waiting. His family is ready. All it takes is one decision, one plane ticket, one moment of courage. Prime Gossip believes in Jan Yaman. Not just the star, but the man. He's weathered storms, faced heartbreak, and carried burdens no one should bear alone. Now it's time for him to come home, to heal, and to shine brighter than ever. Will Jan take that leap? Will he reclaim the life and legacy that's rightfully his? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The world is watching, and Prime Gossip will be here, cheering him on every step of the way. Because sometimes salvation is just a heartbeat and a bold choice away.